Hello and welcome to this spreadsheet for stanchion design developed by the navalarc.com. This Excel sheet can be used to design a new stanchion, or to evaluate the strength of an existing I-beam stanchion which is used to secure cargo on a ship. For the purpose of this spreadsheet, stanchion would mean a symmetrical I-beam stanchion which is being used to secure cargo on the deck of a ship. It is like a beam which is welded to the deck of a ship and to which the cargo is either lashed, or the cargo is actually resting against the stanchion. There are two cases, one in which there is a lashing rope connected to the stanchion at one end and the other end goes to the cargo. In this case there is a point load coming onto the stanchion. The other case is when the cargo is firmly resting against the inboard face of the stanchion. In this case there is a distributed load on the inboard face of the stanchion. So there are two different spreadsheets, one is for the point load case and the other one is for the distributed load case. Let's see how these spreadsheets work. The first spreadsheet is for the distributed load case. First we need certain inputs like the allowable yield stress, the weld strength and the design load factor. Then we need the properties of the I-beam, which are simple properties like the dimensions of the I-beam and then the load details. For the load, the total load applied on the face is what is needed. The last type of input is the weld detail. With these inputs, the stanchion will be analyzed considering it as a cantilever beam on which a uniformly distributed load is being applied. Next, the spreadsheet calculates the design loads and the allowable stresses as per AISC, and it calculates the design loads, design moment, and the beam properties. With the loads, moments, and the beam properties, we calculate the bending stress coming onto the stanchion because of this distributed load, and the shear stress is also calculated. Next is the weld stress at base. For the weld also the shear stress and the bending stress are calculated. This spreadsheet can be used for the case when there is a distributed load on the stanchion. There is another spreadsheet which can be used for the point load case. We can see that in this case, there is a point load acting at the center of the I-beam and at the top of the stanchion at an angle. For this case, besides the usual inputs like the material properties, weld details, and the I-beam properties, we need to provide the point load which is acting on the stanchion, and we also need to provide the orientation of this point load. With these angles, the forces in the three principal directions are calculated. These forces are Px, Py, and Pz, the moments because of these forces are also calculated. Once we have these forces and the beam properties, the stresses due to this point load on the structure and its weld are evaluated. These two spreadsheets can be used to either evaluate the strength of an existing stanchion, or to design a new stanchion which is used to secure cargo onto the deck of a ship. To download these spreadsheets, please visit the navalarc.com and please provide us your valuable feedback. Thank you.